Hey guys, so I was working with this kid a while back and he really wanted to start his own business. And I told him, you don't have any sales skills and this is going to be something that you absolutely need when you're getting started. And it's really easy to get a sales job, so why don't you go and do that for a little while and then start working on your business plan and make a transition. In my mind, it's like it takes 4 years to get a college degree, to get all this education and get all these skills that you need so that you can then get out of school and go get a little bit higher income. Well, my whole thought is, people are signing up for spring semester right now. Why don't you carve out a little time in your life and pretend like it's a semester and get a new job and start doing sales? And that way, in 3 months and 6 months, you're gonna have enough experience. If you read the right books and you actually apply what you're learning and you keep your eyes open and you're awake, you're gonna get really good at sales and your income's gonna go through the roof, but you're also gonna have that ability and that skill that you can carry with you for the rest of your life. And this way, you're setting yourself up in these little steps and stages so that in 4 years or 5 years, then you'll have a big, booming, thriving business and you could be making way more money than if you actually went to school. So I had this whole theory that I'm trying to tell him. And I knew of a company here in town where I know the manager. And I told this kid, I was like, I could get you a job there for sure. You'd start by the end of next week, I'm positive. You're going to make minimum wage, but you're also going to be getting commissions and bonuses. There's no way you're going to be making less than $20 an hour. They're doing a bunch of marketing. People are just wandering in off the streets to buy their products. You're going to do great. And this is a great opportunity. And he's making like $15 an hour working for me. I was like, I'll set you up, dude. You'll be making $20 an hour. And you could do it by next week if this is what you really want to do. Well, he looked at me and he's like, I can't do that. He's like, I have a wife, I have kids, I can't take the risk, I cannot be making minimum wage. And so I'm not gonna be able to do that opportunity. And I'm like, well, you want to start your own business, you're gonna have to rely on your own skills and abilities, and you're not gonna be getting a base pay when you work for yourself. Like, if you don't trust yourself to come through on things right now, when someone else is going to take care of you by giving you a base pay, maybe running a business isn't going to be right fit for you in your life. And I was like, there's no way you're not going to make this. Like, I know that you're going to make the $20 an hour. But anyway, he didn't want to listen to me. And that was basically the end of the conversation. So I want to talk today about the advantages of having an unpredictable income and being self-reliant and knowing that you have to come through for yourself and come through for your family, because that's what you have to do in business. You're working your ass off. And it's like, if you slow down, if you sleep in, if you're playing video games, if you're drinking too much, your income's going to tank. So, but also by having all this pressure and responsibility, it could be very beneficial for you in your life. So I want to talk about a couple of the ways that it can help you out. So to begin, I want to talk about what happens when you have a day job. You work for a week, maybe two. Then the pay period ends, and then you have a whole week when they're processing your hours and stuff like that, and then you get paid. So you're working for 2 weeks, then there's a gap, then payday. So when you get paid, you're 3 weeks removed from when you first started earning that money. And there becomes kind of this disconnect between earning the money and receiving the money. So that's the first thing that you encounter. The next thing is, it's coming on a predictable schedule, and it's the same amount every single time, or like pretty close to it. And what this does is it gets you very comfortable with the idea of having a small amount of money, because you always know that you're going to be replenished. You're going to get another drip. You're going to get another infusion of cash. And so you get used to the idea of getting this paycheck, paying some bills, going out with some friends, maybe paying off some debt. I doubt it, but maybe. So then all of a sudden you take that income all the way down to zero, or pretty dang close to it. Because then you take it down to zero on Wednesday night. All you have to do is get by, Thursday, and then Friday you got more money. So who's gonna know if you're broke on Thursday? Everyone else is broke, and so it doesn't feel bad to be broke. So all you have to do is just get through Thursday, and then you get your another infusion, and then you're good to go. And you get some more life pushed back into you. So you get used to this idea of getting paid, taking it down to zero, getting paid. And it's very safe and secure. If you get fired, you're going to get unemployment. If you get fired, you're probably going to get written up a couple of times. It's coming, so you can kind of make, preparations in your life to get another job. Or if you're going to get laid off, there's a chance you're probably going to get some kind of severance package. So it's very secure. So you never really have to think too long term. It might always be in the back of your mind, like, what am I going to do for retirement? Or I want to save up for this thing going on in my life. Or I should have some savings, or whatever. Like, people think about this stuff. But the fact is, most Americans can't come up with $400 in case of an emergency. And so that's telling me that they're not really putting any money away. But I suspect a part of that reason might be they're getting comfortable to the security and that constant drip of money constantly coming in. So here's the thing. If you run a business, you got to hustle because you're not going to have any money. As soon as that money dries up, if you don't have something in your pipeline, if you don't have anything scheduled, you're screwed. Like, I know a guy, he makes a ton of money doing all these contracting jobs, and then the job might dry up. He doesn't know when he's going to get paid again until he gets another lead. And that can be a very scary position to be in, and that's what happens if you're running a business. But this is also a very big advantage, because when times are good and you're making a lot of money, say you have a whole bunch of good customers and your income is through the roof, well, you always know in the back of your mind that income could go down by tomorrow or next week. And so what happens is you tend to keep your expenses low because you don't want to be in a position where your expenses are matching your income. You know, say you're making 15 grand a month. You don't want to be spending 15 grand a month because as soon as your income goes down, it's going to be hard to replace that on a consistent basis. So you keep your expenses down really low, something that you could recover from if you need to and get by and bide your time while times are really lean. So naturally, what happens is you start saving money. You start having the surplus of money. It just starts piling up. And you're not even trying to save, but you constantly are doing jobs, checks are coming in. So you're just putting the money in your bank account. You're not really thinking about it. And you're trying to constantly always be reducing your debts because that's, you want to reduce your expenses to keep your expenses low. So naturally you start paying down debt with this extra money that comes in. So your expenses are going lower and lower and your savings is going higher and higher. Naturally. So if you get hit with a $400 emergency, which could happen at any point when you're running your business, any time you just get a bill for $400, you want to have that laying around and you know that that's a big possibility. So you're just naturally saving this money. So that's the first thing. Like having an unpredictable income, it forces you to have a big safety net, to be saving just a lot of money. But then here's the next thing. This money's building up. It's sitting in your checking account. What are you going to do with it? You're just going to keep it there? Well, if you keep it there, you're going to get hit with big taxes. And inflation's just going to constantly be picking at it. So you're tempted to do something with it. So what do? Well, naturally, you start investing it. You might be putting it in real estate or the stock market or dumping it back into your business. So not only are you forced to save, naturally, you're not even forced, but just naturally you're saving. Not only that, naturally you start investing. So then what happens? Well, your income can keep going up higher and higher and higher. And so it's actually very advantageous to have an inconsistent income because it forces your mindset to completely change from getting these constant drips to, like, when you do get that drip, you want to squirrel some of that money away. And so it could just set you up for a totally different lifestyle if you live that way. So I tried to tell this kid that that's what he needs to do is go get this sales job. And he just didn't trust his own abilities strong enough to do that. And unfortunately, he didn't do it. So I don't know. He'll probably be successful in other areas or later on in life in business or something. But it just got me thinking about this whole idea of having an inconsistent income and how that's actually a good thing. Anyway, guys, if you want to do what you want, when you want, how you want, for who you want, and how much you want, subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time.